1-0 against Leeds. Charlie, 3 points. I was going to say another day, another win. Usually it's another day, another L. It's a different kind of feeling.
Mate, I've forgotten what this winning feeling's like. What, first time I've won since Palace, over a month ago? I don't really know what to say, mate. Performance wasn't great, but end of the day, win's a win. That's all we needed, mate. We just had to get the win, you know. Every week we keep saying we need to win, we need to win. We keep losing. I didn't care about the performance today. Yeah, it wasn't great. All we needed to do today was get the 3 points, try and get some confidence, try and build a little bit of momentum heading into Tuesday. And that's what we did. We won. That's all we could ask for from today. I don't care about anything else. Just win, and that's what we did.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously there were a few questionable decisions in the second half. We were trying to hold on to the lead. Potter was basically parking the bus. A lot of people were quite frustrated around us in Matthew Harding, but I think me and you both can agree, doesn't matter how you win, just that you win. And Potter did what he needed to do.
Yeah, you could tell that was a guy that was worried for his job, you know. Sort of 20, 25 minutes ago, you're shutting up short, you're bringing on Gallagher and Zakaria. It's frustrating as a fan because you want to go for it, you want to go and get more goals, but you can fully understand why he's gone and done that, because he's fucking shitting it for his job. Like, he's just tried to shut up shop and just hope for the best. And do you know what? It's worked out for us. Some days those work, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Luckily for us, it did today. You can understand it is negative, but for him, you know, I can't imagine what he's feeling like on the sidelines, knowing that the big boys are watching from the box, and if you fuck this up today, you're probably down the job centre Monday morning. So I can understand why he's done it, but it is frustrating. You want to see us go for it a bit more, try and kill games off rather than regressing into our shells and inviting pressure onto ourselves, which is what happened towards the end. We did invite pressure onto ourselves, and we did give up a few chances, and we were probably lucky to get away with that 1-0 today. But that's a bit of luck that we've been missing over the last month or so. You know, we've not had that luck, and today we had it on our side, and it's about time we got it.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at some of the referees we've had, especially against Tottenham, the decisions, the lack of just everything. I mean, I can't think of a game where I think, you know what, this actually went in our way. Over the past, basically since 2023, this is probably the first one I can think of. And in a way, obviously, you know, you've got to be happy. I mean, you won. But it is still worrying that we have to rely on that luck in order to pick up points.
Oh yeah, of course it is, but like, this is not going to change overnight. You know, we've been on a shit run of 2 in 16, 2 in 17, whatever it is. It's now 3 in 17, is it now? You know, it's not going to happen overnight. Yeah, you know, it wasn't great today, but we're really expecting us to suddenly pull a performance out of our arse that's unbelievable. This wasn't that different to any of the other performances. It's just we happened to get a goal this time, whereas in the other ones we haven't managed to get a goal. And so that's the only difference there. This was a little bit better, you know, but again, Chelsea are so predictable right now. It's a good start. We play well 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes at a push. We create a few chances, we don't take them, and then we retreat into our shells and we can't do anything for the rest of the game. It's really strange. I don't know what it is, why we haven't got that consistency for more than a 25, 30 minute period of time. And that's on Potter to drill that into the players on the training pitch, get that chemistry going, all those sorts of things, so that we can actually have a consistent performance over a much longer period of time before we drop off, because it's not acceptable. You're not going to win many games where you play well for 30 minutes and you drop off for the remaining hour. You're not going to pick up many points doing that. So that's something that's got to improve moving forward. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you know, that was amazing from Potter today, or, you know, I'm back to Potter and he's great and whatever. That's flip-flopping. I'm not going to do that. I need to see more from him. We need to use this now as a stepping stone for the next few games. Dortmund, let's see what happens. We've got to get more than one in that, although we could get one if we keep a shutout, and then it could go to penalties or whatever, but we need more than one. That's the next step. Let's score more than one goal in a game. And if you can start to put a run of 2, 3, 4 games together, we've got this one, then we've got Leicester, we've got Everton. These are winnable games we've got coming up. So that's going to be the next step. It's fine to win one game. We need to win 2, 3, 4 games on the spin. And then he might start to win some of us back round, and he might start to change our minds again. But right now, this is one win, and you can't look into it any more than that. What I did like, though, was the fact that we reverted back to the back three. You know, I've been calling for this for a while. You know, the best performances we've had under Potter have been in the back three: Wolves, Milan, Salzburg away. For whatever reason, we got hammered at Brighton, and we completely abandoned it. We went back to it today, kind of forced to go back to it because Reece James out, Silva out and whatnot. I actually thought it worked really well. I think it's a lot better for us, and it's a lot easier to change from a back three to a back four in a game than it is the other way round. So I like that, and I'd like to see us stick at that for the next few games and see how it is, because I just think we looked a lot better in that system.
Yeah, I mean, no, you've said it yourself. Do you think that part of the reason that we have been playing with the fours is because of the ownership? Maybe this is something they've wanted to do, because we know, there's been leaks that Tuchel was frustrated with, questioning of his tactics after we lost 3-0 away at Leeds.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know how involved the owners are. I'd like to think that the two things are separate. You know, as an owner, you deal with the overall running of the club, and then the team operations are totally separate. I'd like to think they're not getting involved in that, but it did seem weird to me that as soon as we got hammered 4-1 at Brighton, Potter abandoned all principles of his play that got him to this job in the first place. He's always been a guy that uses the back three and stuff. Now we've reverted back to it, and I hope we stick with it. Hopefully it's not just circumstantial, but I don't know. Let's wait and see. But I think it just looked better. You know, Koulibaly was very good today. Fofana was outstanding, really top player. You know, we haven't had him for so long. So yeah, I thought he was great. Badiashile looked pretty solid as well. So yeah, defensively something to build on for sure. And those guys look like good signings. And defensively we're very solid. It's just we've just got to get things right in the middle of the pitch and at the top end of the pitch. If we can start to sort those things out, we're not a million miles away from being a half decent team. But let's not forget, this was shit today. We just got a goal from a set piece and we managed to keep Leeds out, although we did ride our luck massively. But you've got to start somewhere, you've got to build some confidence, try and build some momentum, and then we see where it takes us. But I mean, let's not pretend like after that performance we're suddenly favourites for the Dortmund game. Dortmund won all 10 of their games in 2023. They're top of the Bundesliga, they're playing very, very well. We're going to have to pull something out of our arses that we haven't done since before the World Cup, really, to put two past them without conceding. So let's take small steps. This is a small step in the right direction today, but let's make no mistake about it. It's nothing to sort of get excited about or shout home about. You know, we scored one goal, we shut Leeds out, we got a little bit of luck, but I know we just need to see more from the manager. But I mean, we noticed today that he was a bit more vocal on the sidelines, a bit more instructions, a bit more getting into the players. Let's see more of that. Let's kind of continue that going forwards. But yeah, this for me was a positive that we won. But there's still a lot of issues that need to be ironed out in the performances, because let's be real, that really wasn't very good today.
I think it was a lot better, to be fair. People are so critical of Potter, and I do get it, but I always say credit where credit's due, and I think that, you know, his decisions ultimately won us the game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, I'm not going to hammer the manager because we won, but like what I'm trying to say is that we need to see more from him in the next few games. Like those subs worked for us today. In another game, you make those subs and we concede and we don't win. So, you know, it's fine margins, and football is fine margins. But yeah, today he's got the win. I feel I'm happy for him, because you can imagine the pressure he's under today, knowing that if he loses, he's out of a job. So I'm happy for him in that sense, but we need to see more from him. We can't just pretend that, like, you know, oh, he's fine now in his job because he won one game against a relegation threatened Leeds. You know, we've got to see more from him, and hopefully this can be the start of seeing more from him. But you know, we need to spend more time on the pitch. We need to put a run of results together. Let's see what happens. But yeah, this was a positive and it was a step in the right direction, but it was a very small step at that, for sure.
Absolutely, but all you can do is try and move forward.
That's it, mate. We try and move forward. We're 6 points off 40 points now. So
yeah. I mean, we're still not ecstatic, are we? But it's a nice relief. It's a nice relief to finally get the 3 points.
Yeah, mate. Over a month we've been going to games and we haven't won. So that's a nice feeling. I can go home happy that we won, but under no illusions that, you know, we're still a long way from being where we need to be. But let's enjoy the win. Let's move on to Tuesday. Let's see what happens, and let's see if he can kind of build any momentum. But I just feel that Potter's a little bit of a dead man walking, in terms of when you get to the point that it's sort of like one loss and your job's on the line, you sort of feel like you're denying the inevitable. It's like you're sort of on death row getting a last minute execution. That execution's coming, we just don't really know when. But I hope he turns it round. But you know, it's going to take more than a scrappy 1-0 win against Leeds for me to kind of be more convinced. But we move to Tuesday, let's see what happens.
Thank you.